it's Linnell. So in today's video, I am going to share with you guys how and why I bought a house when I was 23 years old. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to tell you guys thank you so much for the over 1,200 subscribers that we have. And please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know if you guys want any more videos like this, because I am always down to help you guys out. And I just want to be transparent, and hopefully other young people can buy a house just like me. So if you guys want to know the details, stay tuned for the rest of this video. Alright, so let's get into the how I bought a house at 23. So just for a little bit of background, I bought my house on February 7th. I signed the contract. It was a new construction build, so my house was completed in November of 2021. I turned 24 February 12th, but I signed 5 days prior, which is why I technically bought the house when I was 23. So to give you a little bit about my financial background, I did have a full ride scholarship, but I still had student loans because I had to buy books and all that stuff, and I was a broke college student, a first-generation college student, so I did not have any money, so I had to get that in student loans. I also got into a car accident where I was not insured at the time, so not only did I have to pay for my car, but I had to pay for the other person's car, and in total, I had a little bit over $55,000 of debt going into graduating from college. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys, I didn't have my parents' money, I didn't have anybody's money, not a sugar daddy's money, I didn't have anything. I did this by the grace of God, for one, and two, because I was smart and very frugal with my money. So if you guys do not know, I got my engineering degree from Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. I worked for an engineering company for 6 months. I was making about $75,000, and then $75,000 for the year, but in 6 months, take half of that. So I was making that much, and then I started active duty as a second lieutenant. I think the pay charge for a second lieutenant is like $35,000 base pay. I was making second lieutenant pay. I was stationed in California, and I had 2 roommates. So the first thing that I say would have contributed to me being able to buy a house was for the first year that I was a second lieutenant, I was living with 2 roommates. So it was about 9 months, and if you guys don't know, people in the military, you get paid a basic housing allowance. So my housing allowance in California, because it was so expensive, was over $1,500. But I was saving over half of that, and I was putting it toward all of my debt. So if you're in a situation like I was, you're young, maybe you're in the military, or maybe you're just working and you live in a lively city or something like that, I would get roommates and save money. That's one of the easiest ways. Rent is so expensive, and you can literally cut your costs to a third. Not only just your rent, but also your utilities. If you guys share food, I don't share my food, but if you guys share food, you guys could do that. So I house hacked, and I had roommates, so that cut my costs significantly, and I was able to just snowball all of my debt.
Alright you guys, editing Linnell here. Just wanted to tell you guys, snowballing, like if I had $200 extra, I would start with the highest interest rate loan that I had, and I would put the most money toward that, and then like disperse the rest of my extra change to the rest of them. And that's what I mean by snowballing. Like literally every little bit of money I had, I would try to put it toward my debt.
Because I don't believe that people should be in debt in the first place, and it's such a hindrance and it was really annoying. I hated having to pay Nelnet back. Like, I hated having to pay for my car stuff. I just didn't like paying things, so I wanted to get it done as fast as possible. And that means not making minimum payments. That means if you have the money, if you are living, have all your basic necessities paid, no, you don't need to go on $1,000 shopping trips. No, you don't need to buy a new car. You don't need to do any of that stuff. You need to be paying down your debt so that way it's fast. That was the first couple things I did. Then when I came to Colorado, I came to a unit that I know deploys a lot. So in order to make more money, because I knew that I could save so much money while I'm on deployment and I could pay all my debt down really fast, I signed myself up for the first deployment that I heard about as soon as I got to the squadron, literally. I got to the squadron in August, didn't start till August 31st. By October, I found out that I was on the next deployment, so I was very happy about that because I saved over $20,000 and about $20,000 extra dollars that I could have had went to all my debt because I paid all of my debt off in June, so that was really good. So in January of 2021, I really decided that I did absolutely want to get a house in the year 2021. I knew that I was going to be able to do this because of the way that I set myself up financially. I knew that I was going to be able to make payments because my credit score was good. My credit score was like over a 760 because I also opened up a credit card when I was a freshman in college, so I had 5 years of credit by then. So because I set myself up financially and because I knew timing it out, if you're in a 30-year mortgage, by the time I'm 53, I will have my house paid all the way off, if not before then, which it should really be before then. And I'm thinking of the long game. So in my mind, my thought process, I figured I'm 23 at that time. I have a stable job, stable income. I make more than enough money to support myself for a mortgage that cost X amount of dollars. I had to do all this research, see what my budget was, what I could afford comfortably. And then I figured I do have my engineering degree, so if something tanks with the military or if they're doing a large cut of like captains, when I promote to captain next year, if they're doing that, I still have an engineering degree, so I know I'll always have a job. And I'm also getting my master's degree in computer information systems, so I know that I can be marketable and competitive. That's what you have to think about realistically, because that's what your lender is going to look at. They're going to be like, okay, where do you work? How much do you make? What's your debt to income ratio? All that kind of stuff. They're going to look at that, and that's why they say, yes, you can get approved for over $200,000, or no, we're not giving you money, and if we do, your interest rate is going to be through the roof. So those are some of the things that I thought about. Also, when thinking about my house, I was thinking about the market, right? So everybody knows like the market was crazy. I literally viewed over 15 houses with my realtor and made offers on like 6 or 7 of them, and I didn't get anything, even though I had like a capped value of like on one of my offers. I was so thrilled about that house. I made a cap of over like $30,000, and people from California are coming in, or people with cash come in, and then they buy those houses like this. So I didn't really have a pot to piss in, and instead I went with a new construction build because that was really the only way to beat the market, because I didn't have cash up front. Even though I'm going to spend over $500,000 over the course of 30 years, I believe it's going to be an investment because I will now have an asset. So another reason why I was thinking about buying a house was because I wanted to start building my generational wealth. I always think it's people who don't want to see you prosper and don't want to see young people do well, I think it's always them saying stuff like, oh yeah, like you should wait until you're 30 to buy a house. You should wait until you have XYZ. You should wait until you have kids. You should wait till you're married. I'm a single woman with a house by myself, and I think I'm doing just fine. If you guys are not here, when you have a dog, which I have a dog, I don't know if you guys can see Queso right here, renting in Colorado for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom in a nice apartment, not bougie, but a nice apartment, like something that is up to my standards, something where I don't feel like I'm gonna get carjacked or something, is now like $1,600 a month. My mortgage is barely over that. I saw more pros to owning a home, in my case, than to continue renting in Colorado because it is so expensive here. So, to touch on how I bought the house, one of the other lieutenants who I was deployed with, she actually got me in contact with my realtor. Then me and my realtor were, you know, doing what people do in that kind of business situation. I found this neighborhood. They were actually in closeout. So we literally got the last couple of lots in this neighborhood. It was perfect timing, perfect coincidence. That's why I really think it was in God's plan for me to have this house and this property, because my home finished about a month after I came back from my deployment. I really think praying to God, asking what I should do, because there were houses that I saw and I was going to put in on a house that was a new construction build that was going to be finished in May, and something just did not feel right about that house. So to close out the video, I really hope that you guys learned something from this video, and I really hope that you achieve all the dreams that you want. I hope you get the apartment that you want. I hope that you get the car that you want. I hope you get the house that you want. I hope that you guys achieve your dreams like I'm achieving mine, because this is only something that I could have dreamed of. But I do believe in manifestation, praying, working hard for what you want, and being assertive for what you want. Telling yourself, we are gonna do this, we are gonna do that, and really working toward those goals. So I hope you guys reach everything that you want, and let me know if you guys found this video helpful. It was just my story about how and why I bought a house at 23. And yeah, stay tuned for more house videos and all of the videos on my channel. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!